Welcome, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you are. We have 60 or more people who have signed up for this webinar, which greatly thrills me. The first thing I'd like to do is introduce myself. I'm Susan Syme. I'm the Director of Marketing for CQL, and I have primary responsibility of the eCommunity, but lots of other people are involved in it. I'd like to introduce Beth Mathis, who is our Director of Network Development. She is also on the call and will be helping with any questions, problems you're having, sort of in the background, but I do hope that she will pipe in whenever she wants to, because she's also very involved with not only the eCommunity, but all of you. I first would like to talk to you a little bit about what an eCommunity is. A couple of years ago, we decided that CQL would like to connect people that we work with and people who work in for human service organizations with a passion for person-centered excellence. And most of the people that we deal with probably use Facebook. I was going to see if Beth could just see how many hands are raised. If you can look on the little control bar panel that you have, if you could raise your hand, how many people here use Facebook? Do 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 do.
And it looks like 100% of everyone on this call.
Well, there you go. That says a lot, even with all of the Facebook changes that have been going on in the last week, and everybody has been complaining about them. We still seem to love Facebook, although I know Google Plus is trying to do a similar thing. Lots of organizations, large organizations, have started these e-communities to help their members and constituents connect to one another, and so we have this great opportunity. And I just wanted to make sure that people could understand the different ways that you can connect with one another. So for our e-communities, we feel like this is a way for people to support one another, ask questions of one another, share great ideas, and even voice frustration if you're having that in your field and in these times of financial difficulties. So here's my first question I'd like to ask everybody, and there is a way for you to ask a question or state something. And I'm just curious, why did you join the eCommunity? What had you originally thought you would get out of it? Beth, if you can just sort of report back on some of the thoughts that people are saying. Now, the way you do that is you go down to questions, and you would, even though I'm asking you to answer a question, you could write your answer in there, and we can get some feedback as to what people are thinking, what people were thinking when they decided to join CQL's eCommunity. Okay.
Because they were invited by someone they respected. Looks like somebody else said they love social networking, and it was just a whole other forum to do that. Somebody else says they're not really sure, and actually what they were hoping to sort of help figure out while they're on the call today.
Right. And I think that those are all valid, and I think the last one is probably about 90% of you would be my guess anyway. Well, let me show you. I'm going to make this very loose. I would ask that you feel free to ask a question at any point. Raise your hand. This is not scripted. I'd rather answer the question when we're in that area than try to remember it and go back. So feel free to chime in at any point and ask any questions or if I'm not being clear. Okay. So here is the welcome page of the eCommunity. As you know, let me just have this open. One way you can get to the eCommunity is from our website, and you would just click on eCommunity. And the other way would be to bookmark this email address. I would hope that after this that people would sort of be coming back every day or every couple of days and checking what's new. So to bookmark the link would be an easy way to make sure that you get to do that. On our home page, the first thing we have here, can you see my pointer, Beth?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So on the right-hand side here, we talk about what the eCommunity is. It's made up of support professionals, self-advocates, organizations, and thought leaders in the field of human services. If you scroll down a little bit, this is how to join and get started, but clearly all of you have already done that since you're on the eCommunity. Although I do know that there's one organization, I think in South Dakota, hello, that are having a group look at this webinar. So hopefully if some of you have not joined, you will after this. So here are just real 3 easy steps on how to join the eCommunity. As you can see down here, we have some site statistics, and we have at this moment 505 people who have joined. So that is really a wealth of people that you can tap into to network with and share and grow with. On the left-hand side of the welcome page is the latest forum post. And in the little below the middle page is the latest blog posts and news. I think that's one thing that people get a little confused with, the difference between a forum and a blog. A forum is more of a conversation. It's usually on a specific topic, and people can post or read, and I will go through each of these. A blog is more of a personal blog. Blogs started out as being sort of personal journals, although there is the ability to comment on blogs in general, and as well as for us, as you can see, there is a place right here for Jim's latest blog, Jim Gardner, our treasured leader, and you could click on comment and comment there as well. But it is more of, and then we also post any kind of news articles, stories that we feel like would be interesting to the eCommunity here. You also have a member spotlight. I'm happy and would love to spotlight anybody who has joined the eCommunity to sort of get to know other people. One thing that you do need to have is an uploaded picture as well as your profile filled out. So I have something to sort of cut and paste to encourage people. And then when you, if you're interested in meeting Rosie, you would click on here, and then you would go to her profile and get to read more about Rosie, what's interesting to her, what she does, what her organization does, where she's located. Okay. Go back to the welcome page. So that is the, the first shot that you get when you come to the eCommunity. That is the home page. The next tab that we have is called My Page. Kind of like MySpace or Facebook. And again, I'm using my profile to show these things. On your My Page, you get My News, which is anything that's happened in the most recent. You can see I have emails here. I have a notice of, well, our webinar today, anything I've sent out, anything, any blogs. We also use this, there are private groups on our eCommunity, and we use it for our leadership team and our staff. So I'm a member of those groups as well as our CQL Board of Directors. So here would be all of your reminders or updates of what's happened in any of the groups that you belong to. You see here notification settings. This is the way you set up how you get notified if there's something new. So right now, I have all mine on my news page only because I come here really frequently. But you could also check off receiving this information from email or by text. If you don't come very often, but you want to be reminded to go and check and read and see what's happening. So you can change your notifications here at any time. Also, you have in your My News, you have your groups, And again, here, at this point, we only have 3 groups, but we're looking, and I'll get into that in a little bit, about how we'd like anybody who wants to start a group. But we have, everyone is in the everyone group, so that once you join, you're in that group. So you have your calendar, where you can post things to the calendar, as well as we do have. So this will actually take you right to the community calendar, and you can add things to this calendar. You can see we have our board meetings here, what events CQL is either attending or presenting at. That will be at the 6th State Summit, as well as the Coleman Institute. So if any of you will be there, you can look her up and have a little chat or a cup of coffee. Okay. Go back. And then this is where you go to view my profile and your blog, or edit and edit. So, but here's my my page where I have my picture, which I probably should change. I know everybody hates their picture. And I tell your community about yourself, about your organization, about what really matters to you, what messages you sent, what posts you've made. And here's a kind of fun thing with your tags. These are tags of what is most important to me. And if you go to, I will show you how there's a grouping of everybody's tags, which is kind of cool and interesting in the next tab. So does anybody have any questions about the My Page tab, or how you update your profile, or start a blog? I mean, you can edit my blog.
Susan, can you hear me?
Yeah. Here is edit blog. So this is where you would create a post and publish it, and it will show up on the home page. So if you have something important to say, or you want to share a link or a document or anything like that, that's a great way to share it with the entire community. The next tab we have is People. And here is the community directory of all 550 people, 505 people that are members of our community. And as you see, not everybody's putting their picture in, but it would be very helpful. But if you don't feel like it, you don't have to. This is kind of a fun thing. This is the community map of where all our members are. Not everybody has put this information in their profile, but it would be really fun. As you can see, we have members in Spain. We have a member in France, or no, like Italy, United Kingdom. So if you wanted to find somebody that is near you, in your area, and has some questions about networking, you could go. And we have a member here in Portland, and it is Ione Johnson. And you could view her profile. And if you're in Portland as well, and you wanted to connect with her, or are you interested in Bethesda Lutheran Services communities, that would be, she's got her phone number here, she's got her email, so you could connect to her by email here, which is kind of a fun thing and networking thing. So I encourage everybody to update their profiles of where they are, so that we can have a more complete map of where all of our members are. Okay. Tag cloud. I talked about that a little bit before when you had tag words that you wanted to put on your profile. This is an interesting way of seeing what people have been interested in. Of course, quality, the bigger the word, the more it's in all the profile tags. Training, quality assurance, dogs. Dogs is a big one, so apparently a lot of people have dogs in their life, and that's what they're interested in. Oh, schnauzers. So if you were interested in schnauzers, there you go. Ann McLean in South Carolina is interested in schnauzers. So this is not only business and your professional life, but you could also make friends over schnauzers if you choose to. people. And here would be another list of member blogs, people who have blogged recently. There I am. There's Jim, CQL blog for news, Joe Macbeth, been a great supporter of CQL, Sylvia, Leanne, who wanted to be on the call today but couldn't. So there you go. So if you wanted to check out other people's blogs, things that are more, maybe not as recent, we have only the most recent ones on the home page. Okay, so. And then if you wanted to invite friends, this would be a great way to reach out to other people that you think might be interested in joining CQL eCommunity. Okay. Anybody have any questions about people? Okay. We'll move on to groups. A group is kind of like an affinity group where people have a more something more specific in common with one another, and you would like to connect with people. One of the groups that we have right now, we don't have a whole lot of them, would be the CQA group, which is a Certified Quality Analyst group. And when you go to this home page of CQA, you will see recent library items. You have your own library in your group, which you have a calendar. You can have your own forum. There's 13 participants in this group right now. Over here, you can join. You can invite people, add. I may have some, I want to let you know, I may have some extra things because I am an administrator. So I'm not sure you would have add, but you certainly can invite people. So we would encourage people to start their own group, which I'm going to show you now how you would do it. So let's say, what would be a group of people? You could do it regionally. Let's say you wanted to connect with people who are in North Carolina. So we would call this the North Carolina group. People who are in North Carolina. People who are, certainly I'm doing this quickly, so you could make this, you could certainly flesh this out a little bit, but people in North Carolina with a passion for person-centered, type, excellence. Okay. Then what happens is you get your own email address created for you. So would you want to just send things to your group? You don't have to even log into the eCommunity. You can just save this email address, which would be North Carolina is ecommunity.c-q-l.org. Then you would put in a welcome message, welcome, and flesh it out. And then if you were the moderator of this group, it would be, if you started the group, you are essentially the moderator, would be Jane Smith. Again, I can't type. Okay, and then you would start the group. And then you would look here, and here are all of the group settings that you could choose: an open group, open moderated group, and over here it explains exactly what that means. Just an announcement or a newsletter group, part open, part private, or private. And again, as I said, we do have our work and staff groups, which are private. So, but I would say any of you that are open doing a group, I would suggest that you just do an open group and anybody can join and be a part of it. The caveat is when you start a group, it does take effort to get people involved, and if it's going to become a lively group, people need to participate on a regular basis, or it just sort of becomes a stagnant group. So, but if you are welcome to start any sort of group that you want. If you have any questions, always you can ask me before you do it if that would make sense, if a group would make sense for you. I'm going to skip here, since this seems to make more sense right now, is to go to the discussion forums, because that is a question that most people have. What's the difference between a forum and a group? A group, again, is a group focused on one issue where you are putting library items and you're blogging. Each group has its own blog, but it's one blog and everybody can post to it, as opposed to your personal private blog. The forums, again, are more of a discussion group. I have to be the one to start a forum for you. Once I start it, anybody can post to it. I think the reason is this is a separate sort of software that's kind of integrated but not completely, which is why I have to be involved in it, but I'm happy to do it. So, oh, and Beth, I was wondering if Shireen would want to be on this and help with this. Do you think that would be a good use of her time? Or?
I will find out if she's planning. I mean, she hasn't registered, I guess, huh?
I didn't look. I'll look after this. Because then I could use her forum as an example of what she had done. So, all right. So, you know, if there's a topic of discussion or Medicaid, CMS, you know, whatever, you know, sky's the limit as to what we would like as forums or what you would like as forums. But that is, again, that probably is more like Facebook than any other feature on this site. It's sort of like a listserv. I've been on a number of listservs over the year. I was on a mom's listserv for years. I'm on my community association listserv. I'm on my church listserv, and so this is just another way of, you know, so those were the, you know, topics. So, you know, community association, I needed somebody to cut my grass. Church, I might have another question. So when you set up a forum, it's usually based loosely around a topic, but it inevitably conversations veer off, and these are conversations, but they can be a great resource and a great way for people to connect and network. Okay, now I'm going to take a step back and go to the calendar. And again, I think we had looked at this before. So this is the community calendar where you can certainly post events that are happening with your organization. If you belong to a provider association and you would like to have your event listed on our calendar, I greatly encourage you to do so. And then finally, we go to Community Library. This is a great resource for anyone who's looking for anything. I mean, you can search, let's see, what would be, okay, let's just try autism. So if you wanted to type right, and let's do it right, okay. So then you would just, in the library, you can choose where you're going to search. If you wanted to find somebody that works in an organization that deals with autism, you can do people. If there was a discussion in one of the groups, there you go. Email, all the libraries, the forums, the wiki, and the calendars. The wiki is not something that we're using at the present moment. But if anybody has an idea of how we can use the wiki better, please let us know. We'd be happy. So anyway, so if you were looking for something on autism, you could go to, click go, type in autism, click go. And here you will see there are 16 resources here on Autism Documents, links that have been posted, Or you could go to the calendar, see what that is. There's probably past events that have happened. Autism Society, they've posted their information. You've got 10 people that have autism somewhere in their profile, so you could get to know some of them. Maybe one of you could decide to start a group of people who work in the field of autism, and then this would be a great way to find them and invite them to your group. Let's go back to the top here. And I know I've gone very fast, and I know there was a lot of information that we presented, so I'd like to open it up for questions now. And also feel free to email me at any time and let me know if you have any questions, or you're excited and you want to start using the eCommunity for your organization. If your organization wants to start a group within the eCommunity, that's wonderful. This is a resource we are offering to all of the people that we're connected with. And it's up to you to figure out which is best. Some people like to blog. Other people like to just chat on a forum. Other people really are kind of into sharing resources. So whatever, you don't have to use all the features, but find a feature that you really like and kind of go for it. So I guess now, Beth, I think I'd like to open up for questions, and we'll see what anybody is thinking out there.
Sure. I have a question here from someone who wants to know if they have the ability to email all members of the eCommunity.
It is moderated, which means it comes to me first, and we really don't encourage that too much just because everybody gets so much email. Occasionally we will, but I would suggest that you start a group and work that way. Invite people that you find in the eCommunity, and then once you have a group, you will have that email like I showed you, and then you all can connect within that without sending things out to everybody. Okie dokie. Okay. You go to the group, and the group library, click on the group library, then you click on Add a Document or Photo, and then you will upload the file from your computer. You'll put a name, you'll put a little summary there, enter some keywords, which again will help when people are searching the library. And then what you can do down here is you can share it with the
You can put it in the community library.
You put it in you will also add this to the shared library, which is the Everyone group. So you could have the choice of just adding it to this group, your group, or you can have a choice to add it to the Everyone shared library. Since you all are probably not on the leadership team or CQL staff or admin, you're not going to even see these anyway because there's a private group. So the only option that you probably will have, unless you're a member of other groups, would be to include this in our shared library. And then you would just upload the file.
I have another question. How can they see, the person wants to know, how can they see a list of all the groups that are in the community again?
Yeah, you just go to Groups, and then you say All Groups. And this will show you all the groups that are in the CQL community. So, again, I'm not sure because I'm an administrator whether you will see all the groups or you'll just see all the open groups.
No, I think you see all the groups.
Okay.
Because I'm not a member of the board of directors, but it's on my list.
Okay. Well, then okay. Well, thank you all for your questions today. I hope you enjoyed getting to know the eCommunity a little bit more and how you can make it work for you. And I look forward to seeing lots of blogs and lots of forums in the near future. So thank you, everybody, and have a good day.